There are comfortable pairings. Then there's Rory alongside Shane Lowry, and that's what we saw today, and they fed off each other. Here's Rory. He's even playing the sixth.
Always tough competition for shot of the day at any tour event, but 267, you see it right there. Green angled at you, water, narrow strip. I mean, that's a great shot from 100 yards, let alone 267. I'm going to give that nod shot of the day.
Winds whipping for eagle. No. So it's 2-putt birdie, and at that point, he's 1 under par. Now to his good buddy, Shane Lowry. He's playing the sixth at even par.
And that's a good one there for Shane Lowry. Comes in from the left-hand side and was absolutely dead center.
I'll tell you what, Rory hit one heck of a shot out of the rough at 8. We're going to see that in a minute. But here he is from the rough at 9. It helps to be this strong, to be this fast, to dig it out of that thick rough. You might also say it helps to have a back pin. But that, any way you slice it, was top tier.
It was close to being shot of the day.
Yeah,
pretty good.
267 of the left pin at 6, I still wins.
Now at the 11.
Players were having all kinds of trouble, Rich, with this hole today. Not Rory McIlroy.
So he's at 2 under. Now Lowry at the 12th.
I love watching this guy play golf, in particular with short irons in his hands. Is so magical, creative. 84 yards, 2 feet and change. Birdie.
He's 1 under now. Rory at the 12th.
Yeah, bunker shot here where he just splashes it out. Long bunker shot, hard to carry it far enough to get it back to the hole, but he did it.
So suddenly Rory's at 3 under. Now Shane Lowry.
With another short iron. Another chance to show off for Sugar Shane. Pins over on the right. You go at this hole location with a little discretion, normally, but nothing normal about that shot.
Yeah, aggressive line, pays off, birdie, and he's at 2 under. Now Rory at the 14th.
This is a surprise right here. Watch this one, folks. Smashed it right through the break on this putt. Has a longer one coming back for a bogey. Only real big error.
Yeah, from the right bunker in the fairway to the right bunker and plugged at 15, right up against the lip. That's one heck of a shot, one heck of a save.
Fortunate to have had so much green to work.
Double sandy par there, Richie.
Let it roll out. So here's the Sugar Shane at the 16th.
This is my vote for best shot of the day right here.
Really?
Has to go right over the tree.
Really? You like
Absolutely.
This better than... Okay.
Absolutely love it.
It's right in there. It's in there.
So he takes the lead with that eagle. Gets to -4. And now at the 18th.
Coming home.
A little wipey right there.
I like this one. That is one place you do not want to be. It's chip out territory from there.
Yeah, he had to lay up. He made bogey. Still 3 under 69. Now Rory for par at 18.
Yeah, not a particularly easy putt. Tiger made it a bunch of times, but not Rory today.
He too makes bogey at the final hole, and he comes in with 2 under 70. Still both are well positioned. We spoke after the round, and we'll begin with the 2018 winner here from Bay Hill, Rory McIlroy.
Yeah, good start. I think the guys that teed off a little later got a little bit of a reprieve. It was still breezy, but not quite as tough as the guys got it this morning. So, yeah, a couple under was a good start.
What was the most difficult part of just dealing with greens, wind?
I think just crosswinds. The fairways are quite narrow, and when you miss them, you're in that thick rough, and you lose all control of your golf ball from there, and you're just hoping for a good lie to get it up somewhere near the green. So. I think the crosswinds were the most difficult part today.
Yeah, I mean, I turned on the TV and I watched some golf this morning, and it didn't look much fun out there. So I wasn't particularly looking forward to my round. But I think we got favourable conditions, even though it wasn't easy, and I felt like I did a good job at making my way around the golf course. I was pretty happy with my result.
Rory, we saw this at Pebble, and we saw it some today too. Obviously, and the fact that you and Shane played together. Well, it seems like a lot of times. How would you describe that comfort out there with him?
Yeah, it's. I think we both have to make a conscious effort to not make it too comfortable as well. You know, it's like if you're too relaxed and you're too, you know, that's not a good thing either. So sort of we try to treat it as if, you know, it's just any other round. I certainly talk to him more than I talk to some other guys out there, but you know, you still have to try to concentrate, and especially on a day like today when it was so tough.
You know, because you can kind of get into one of those modes where you're not doing your job and you're just having a good time. And you know, I think we were out there doing our jobs today. We did the same at Pebble, and I think that obviously worked. Yeah, so it is nice to be playing with one of your friends, and it's nice to have a little few chats on tee boxes and stuff. But you know, on a course like this, you really need to be switched on to what you're doing.
Zurich, and then.
All right, so very close in terms of the score, fairways hit, GIR, all of it. Close in numbers, close as friends. We know that. Go all the way back to when Shane Lowry won the Irish Open 2009 as an amateur, and Rory was among all the pals dousing Sugar Shane with champagne. That wasn't the only bottle that was emptied on that memorable and rainy day at Baltray in Ireland. So you fast forward, Zurich, the team tournament in New Orleans last year, they won it.
What a great week it was, not just for them, for the tournament. Anybody who was out there watching, they put on one heck of a show. Great chemistry between the two of them. And then what a way to celebrate afterwards, Rolf.
Yeah. I mean, those guys know how to have fun. That is for sure.
Rory and Shane, they were like Hall & Oates down there in New Orleans.
They were. I mean, just going karaoke. And then these two put on a heck of a show earlier this year at the AT&T. Round number one, Rory's at Spyglass, down the hill, holds it on the fly. At the same time, Shane Lowry was at Pebble Beach, playing a very familiar hole over there. Number 7 down the hill. And so both of them making aces, day number one. And you talk about setting the trend for the week. They make the aces. Shane, I think, has got it in terms of celebrations. Nobody celebrates better than that guy. But then they parlay that great day, round one, hole-in-ones, to great finishes because Rory wins and Shane did not fade. Shane finished second. So 1-2 punch. I bet you they had a fair bit of grape juice on the way back to Florida on the jet.
They bring that show wherever they go, the good karma. You think that'll really be an asset at the Ryder Cup against the New York crowds later this year. You know, hard to root against Shane and Rory. So Rory on the putting green here at Bay Hill, 30 putts today, lost 7/10 of a shot to the field, 47th strokes gained putting, but Brandel hit some spectacular iron shots, didn't he?
Yeah, look, I mean, from day one, when I've been asked about Rory, I'm like, look, I don't worry about the driving, I don't worry about the chipping, I don't even worry about the putting. And it's not that I worry about his iron play, but if he's top 5, top 10 in strokes gained approach, there's no limit to what he can do this year. No limit. He hasn't had that. He's won a couple majors in one year. Yes, 2014 was extraordinary. He's won a couple majors by 8, but I'm thinking a 5, 6, 7 win season like we saw Scotty Scheffler. To do that, he's got to hit great iron shots. So let's go back and revisit some of those great iron shots today. We've already seen number 6, but it is worth seeing again. Again, a beautiful drive, 303 yards. He's played twice this year. Both times he led the field in strokes gained off of the tee. His iron play has been solid. It certainly was, but this was next level stuff. I've seen this shot over the years. I started playing here in the 80s, so I've seen this shot. I've never seen a better shot into that hole location. Never. That's the best one I've ever seen right there. And again, down off the left. Makes it even harder to draw it against it. Now, on the 8th, this ball is above your feet, out of the thick stuff, water left, bunker right. It is so hard to keep this shot from going left. The rough wants to shut it down and go left. The hill wants to make it go left. You got to cut it out of there. You got to somehow keep that toe from flipping over and then thread the eye of the needle. I know he made bogey because he 3-putted from there, but I'm going to give that shot an A++. Now, you can't do any better than he did right there. And then at the 9th, out of the rough, long shot, back pin, okay. That helps a little bit, but you still got to have the control, you still got to have the speed, and you still got to have the judgment. That was played absolutely perfect. Bones was on the call, He's seen a guy scramble a time or two in his life, going back to the days when he was with Phil, and there were a lot of them. That was a Phil Mickelson-esque type shot right there, which he converted to birdie. Fast forward to 14. 2 good par 3s on the back 9. And again, just dialing in, putting a microscope on Rory's iron play. I like where the irons, like where the club heads is at the top. It's in I think, a better spot at the top this year than it was last year. I think it's going to keep him from having as many double cross sort of pull hooks or flame outs to the right. This is gorgeous. I love it. Look, I know he can hit the draw. He can hit it easy. But I've seen him play some phenomenal golf back in 2019, hitting that fade. And that was a nice, beautiful high fade right there. So again, he was third in strokes gained approach. A+ today with the irons.
But when it comes to Bay Hill, Rory McIlroy, Randall, is pretty predictable. We're going to put up a graphic here and show you since 2015, last 10 years, got 178 birdies or better. You can see his score to par is 63 under par. Look at the next best player in those 2 categories. That is just unbelievable. He also can be very, very good here with his approach play, and I'm going to talk in a minute about how important that's going to be to his future. But he has been in the top 5 4 times here at Bay Hill. And in the top 5 that he has been in, every time from 50 to 125 yards, he's averaged inside 15 feet from the hole, which is really good. When he has not been in the top 5, it's been 4 or 5 feet longer, almost 33% longer away from the hole. And if I look at Rory McIlroy and I think about his future, what I think is still very, very bright. To me, I'm totally with you, Randall. I believe that the key for Rory, he's the best driver that I've ever seen. Period.
Better than Nicholas
Rory
Norman.
McIlroy is the best driver I have ever seen.
And you buy that?
Well, I've never seen anybody hit a drive like he did at 14 at Pebble Beach this year, every single year. Yeah, I mean, he's certainly up there for sure. He's in the conversation.
My point is, he's going to have a lot of short irons in his future, and so that's what he really has to excel at.
Exactly. Well said.
Good rounds, both. Rory McIlroy and Shane Lowry, who has been outstanding. And they're in Florida. There they are. As goes 2009. That was at the Irish Open that I mentioned. And the Olympic Games together. Ryder Cups. Extraordinary league of Irish golfing gentlemen right there, those two.